Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Deborah, and today I'm going to work on another Finish It February project. So I have this, which is the paper called Better Times from Mintay, and I started doing this ages ago. I've just got it out and see that I've got lots of papers I haven't even touched yet, and also this one here, which I've started to make, but I have decided that it is too big this way. So I'm looking at how I can amend what I've done without ruining anything else. So I still want to keep the papers, but I just had a look and thought, you know what, it's way too big. So I'm thinking that I'm going to just work on it. Now, I've got my scoreboard because I just want to try and score some pieces of it. I'm thinking if I fold this one here, like that, and make that into a pocket, I've still got the picture, but it's now going to be turned into a pocket. I just want to see what else I can make smaller. So I've got these ones with the doors, that's quite cute, but again, too big. Now I have a pocket on this side. Let's see what I can do about that, because I've got, let's see, oh, that's a piece of paper in there, and I can't fold this back the other way because of the doors, and I can't really fold it this way because of the pocket. So if I make it smaller, now let's see, this is also way too big and it's got a pocket as well, but I'm thinking I can retain that pocket while making it smaller. I'm just going to find a spot on the board where it should work if I make it smaller. Now that will be, let's see, 4.5 inches wide. Probably if I went to about here, I'm going to come down, I might even go here. Let me just see with the ruler where that's going to get me. Maybe this one here will keep the little ice cream things, but it'll go through there. Now this is a double thickness down here, so I have to push fairly hard to make that work, and that can come over. So I've got the pocket. I'll have to seal that up so it doesn't slide into there. Actually, I'm going to have to cut that. See how it's bowing? I'm going to have to cut that. All right, I'm going to score a couple of others while I've got this here. And so this is the one I was wrestling with. What do I do? I could just fold it over, you know, really. Let's just put this in and pick a point. Maybe here. I don't mind if they're all different widths. I just thought that they were too wide for what I wanted. Now, I've managed to get that just there without even realising. I should have done it on this side so I didn't score over the top of the pocket. But that worked anyway. So that one should be okay when I fix it up. This one is 6 inches. 6, okay. I probably don't want it any wider than that, so that's fine. This page here is too wide again. We've got the same issue. I'm going to have to score it back. Let's pick a point where it might look good, maybe the 5-inch mark. So if I score this and fold it back here, that looks okay on that side. I've managed to get it the same width as the front almost without realising. I'm just feeling obviously lucky today. Should have taken a bit more care, but care and me don't really mix, so there you go. I think that's fine, and I'll do a pocket on that side. This is massive, look, it's huge. I don't know what I was thinking. Now, how am I going to get this smaller? And this is also, I think, about the tallest. 9 inches, pretty tall. Pretty tall. Now I've got a Rita Donnelly flip here. A little thing in there, so I don't want to ruin that. But, and it's also 7 inches wide. So if I did it at the 3.5 inches, take a chance. that would be fine. So I'll just have a little flip out on that page. Okay, now what else have I got? So that's all that I've pre-done. I have done one other thing, but I haven't, it's in the box. I'll get it out later. And it's actually the cardstock, and I don't like the colour cardstock. I love the colour cardstock that I've used, but it doesn't match the papers. It must have been all I had at the time. So I'm going to have to visit the scrapbook shop and maybe get something in sort of this colour or the pink or a mix, because it just doesn't match very well. Now let's look at what we're going to do with all this. Oh, that's the little tag. So with this one here, I can do a pocket. Now the tall one, now that's the tallest because it's got the door on it, and that's the 9 inches, so that's fine. And this one's the 9 inches as well. I've got 2 lots of 9-inch. Let's just fold these in, and that's going to be like that. And then that's going to be sort of, there's one a bit wider, I think. No, they're about the same size. All right, let's stop fiddling and stick some stuff down. And I will make a mark because I do want it fairly centered. So that is 7.5. So 7.5, 3.5, 3 3/4. All right, that's how I do my math, and it works for me. So do whatever works for you. I'm not bothering to ink the edges because this isn't going to be grunge. This is way outside my normal comfort zone, and I don't mind that I'm trying something different with these bright papers that I bought, because they are really, really pretty. They're just not what I usually work in, as you probably know from looking at me. Now the other exciting thing is that today, this video, I've just realised as I was checking out my YouTube channel, is number 450. So I've got 450 videos up on YouTube, which is, I think that's amazing. I was shocked when I saw I had that many. And this one, this is the one I was having trouble with, because now when I fold it, I don't know if you can see that, but see how it's bowing out there? I'm getting bulk in there that I don't want. So something's got to give, and I think that means I'm going to have to cut this. I have to hand cut it because it's 2 layers, so I can't cut through there. In fact, you know, I could cut through there. I will. I'll take this piece and I can make that into a belly band. So I've cut that piece off. Now I have to stick this down here to remake that pocket that I had in here. Now this will become a belly band, and I will stick this down. There's no point in taking it off. So I'll just stick it down so it stays as a belly band. And it'll just give a bit more strength to the belly band on the other side. In fact, I could put that in. Let's see. Maybe I can stick it on this white page to give it some colour. That might be quite good. So with this one last time, I cut the door down and I used it as that opening. I don't know where it is now, but somewhere here. So today I want to cut this down, which I've done, and I've cut it fairly generously. So I've just trimmed the feet off, really. I'll get my scoreboard back because I want to make this a front page. Just, where's my scoring tool? Here it is. So I've got this, and I'm going to score it down here. But then I also want to score it down on this side. So maybe just right on the edge of the paper here, on the, sorry, the edge of the, what do you call this thing? Door. So that's going to be fairly big. It's probably going to be the tallest one in the book. Yeah, it's 9.5 inches. I've trimmed the feet as far as what I can. I don't want to take any more off it because I think it's really pretty. So it's just going to have to remain this big. But here I want to make sure that this isn't too wide. I wonder at the 5 inch, although I'm going to go straight through the bird at the 5 inch. I'm going to go to 5 3/4 and cross my fingers. That's too wide. I'm going to have to fold that down somewhat more. And certainly the back needs to be folded as well, or cut. That's 6 1/4, that's way too big. I'm going to score at the 4-inch mark. As usual, I'm making this up as I go along. I'm just going on what looks right, and that front cover, that front page looks way too wide. So it's going to have to be trimmed. Now the problem is that now that's not going to fold that way. I'm going to have to trim that page down on that edge because I've made this piece wider than the other piece, and therefore it won't work. Because, you know, I even show you when I make mistakes. There's no point in trying to hide that I'm not perfect. Okay. If I trim this down so it can still close, it only has to be trimmed down the tiniest of margins. You know, we're looking at maybe a 1/4 inch, not even that. Then I can leave it folded in there. So this would be then a skinny page, and it would fit in with the rest of the pages. So that's what will happen with that one. Now I have 2 of these. I've folded one to a page. I'm not sure that I like that though. Maybe I can put a pocket on here with one of them. I think that might be an idea, to make it into a pocket rather than a page, because it's just going to be too wide. See how it's going now, and the whole thing is like, this is about the widest piece here with the belly band on it. And how wide's that? Let's see. That's 5 inches. Okay, so I could trim 1 inch off the end of these, and I still retain most of the thing if I trim 1 inch off the end of those 2. I think that's what I'll do. And this one here, see, that's the 5, and so that's fine. I'll just grab my small cutter out, which is down here. There we go. I had my cleaner come in yesterday, and I don't normally get her to clean the craft room. But yesterday I said, oh, can you just mop the floor and vacuum? And next thing I looked around and she was trying to clear the craft table, moving things and dusting, and I was like, no, 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 no. And she thought I was very strange, I think. I said, no, just the floor. And she looked at me. I said, just the floor and the rug, please. Just, you know, vacuum and mop. That's all I want. Well, she thought that this is a weird person because, you know, there's rubbish all over the, well, not rubbish, there's my craft all over the table, and, you know, I do dust it and clean it, but I don't like the cleaner to do it, because when I go back to look for something, I won't be able to find it. I like everything where I last put it. There you go, that's the same size as that now. And so that's a much better size for a little page. Now with this paper, I've just cut it in half, and I'm going to use the 2 halves in a similar way. Probably the same way, really. I want the paper to be 5 inches, so I'm just going to turn it up this way because I want the hedgehog on this side of the page. So I'm going to go here. And this will be the spine of the page. And then this one, I want to turn it up. So I'm going to make it, let's see, make it 8 inches. I'm going to cross 8 inches to where I scored that. That will come up. And actually I might cut this corner off. That might be the best thing to do. It's just to, I'll get on this side where I can see my fold really easily. I'm just cutting on the left-hand side of that score line so that I can have some wiggle room when it folds up. And that'll fold up, and that will be the spine of the book. So you'll be able to fold it down and have a look at that. Lovely. And this one I will do in the same way. This time I want this as my image. So I'm going to, again, it's 6 inches. I'll go to the 1.5 inch mark, I think. 1.5 all the way down. So that's the spine, and this piece will come down like this. So I've cut this up. I don't know whether it's going to work, but I've cut the edge off. I also had to cut the bottom and the top off because it just wouldn't work if I didn't do that. It would have been too big. So now I've either wasted this piece of paper or it's a great idea. Now let's see, is that 4 1/4 through there? I do want to make sure I've got this door cut in half. No, it's not, it's 4.1. 4 1/16 or whatever it is. Let's go. Okay. There you go. What do you think? You'd have that page and then you'd have this page. I guess it's different if nothing else. No, it's fine. I quite like it. And I didn't want to cut the bird, which I didn't. And I went over further because I didn't want to cut the butterfly either in half. I wanted to make sure I had him. I've taken this one and I've cut that door again. And now I've also trimmed these out. I've got to score through the piece where it needs to be scored. Now I have to get in a channel, so that might be a bit difficult. Let's see if I can work out. Yeah, I'm in a channel there, that's good. I'm talking about the ridges on the thing in case you wonder what I'm saying when I'm saying channel. So if you're not in one of those with your craft tool, it'll just slip off and then you won't get the nice score line that you're looking for. I haven't quite got all of this off. I just have to trim it up, very small bit. And then do the other side. And then a little bit of clipping on here to do where I've just haven't put the craft knife through cleanly enough. I need something behind here now. I may have to wait until I get some brighter paper because I could cover this with some brighter paper that matches the butterflies. I'm going out to the shop tomorrow, so I need a ride on my bike, so I thought I'd ride out there. I forgot to get my new pokey tool when I was out there last week. So if I do that, then I can put something in here. But first of all, I have to get the paper. And I was wondering whether I could fussy cut some of these images and build a little vignette in there. But that's pretty good for now. So I think that's fine. I'm making progress. I think I've got quite a good little array of pages and a few other ones that I can still cut. But at the moment, I think that goes in there. Well, it doesn't have to go in this position, but if I just quickly pop these in, and I can show you how it might fit together. This one would go up like that. And then you've got the long, and that's not done yet. This one here, probably need a couple of signatures. I'm finding with this scrapbook paper, because it's thick as a starting point, that a couple of signatures are required at least when putting it together. I think the last one I did 3 signatures. I think I'll do some more work on this, but first of all I need to get these papers or some plain cardstock that matches these papers so that I can keep that bright theme going through it, because I'm quite liking it. I think that it's nice. Maybe I'll put this on the front, not with the other one at the back of it, but you know, yeah, okay. I've still got some things I need to work out if I want to cut these down some more or not. Yeah, okay. I think that that one might be a bit too big to go in it. I don't think I want to cut them all down to the one size, but maybe I do need to trim that down, because that, although I've got that thing on the back, so I can't. No, that's fine. It'll just be an odd, you know, an odd shape with things poking out of it. And I don't mind that, so that's fine. And obviously I won't have that one inside, but that would be funny if I did, wouldn't it? You open that, and then you open the next one, and you open the next one. I could have like a series of doors. I might do that with some of the little tags just for fun. So for now, oh, I forgot this page. I hope you enjoyed that, and I like working in the bright papers. It's a real change, but it's quite fun. So thank you very much for everyone for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. This is Deborah. Cheers.